Great to meet everybody. Fabulous. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you all, people of you who've got art problems, I hope you're mending, so to speak. And I seriously hope you'll tune in and find so much information here. You'll find a lot of information here. So, bang, straight to your heart for that one. Okay, all you people suffering with MVP, mitral valve prolapse, you got, well, we'll go into that another time, but you've got a murmur on the heart, right? I hope you're all dealing with that and looking forward to things that might influence a result with it. Okay, with that being said, one of the battles everybody has, and this is my, right, this is my distiller, well, the lower half of my distiller, and I got it here anyway, because I was about to descale it. Look at that. That's the bottom of my, I really hope you can see that. That's the bottom of my distiller. And look at all the calcium carbonate crystals, i.e. hard water, lime scale, right, charged particles out to the side, is what you would have, right, you'd have been drinking tap water, you'd have been drinking that. Now, can you see that? I'll just turn it, just try and, if you've been drinking tap water, right, you drink that. That's what you're getting, and that's what your body's got to deal with, just for starters, right? Before we develop any of the other healthy things, you gotta, if you're a heart patient, you're doing that. Now, the surgeon's operated, or is about to operate, it's going to do you a massive favour, right? So, if you're going to come out of hospital, look at it differently. He kept you alive, or he's going to keep you alive. A lot of skill, a lot of nursing, fabulous. If you're not in the game, you can't play the game. Fabulous, right? They kept you alive. Okay, so you've got to remember that. And perhaps then, if you were like me, wow, you was only going to get healthier and healthier and healthier, and you're going to go looking for it. And that's what I do, I look for it, see. So, like I say, if you're an heart patient, you're in the right position. If you really you love these shows, it's great. You know, I just wanted to shout out to some of the people on Facebook, and big thank you for following the site. Thank you a lot. I'm sure there's a lot I can reveal to you that will help you on your journey, as it did on mine. Okay? And you can judge people. You can judge people for the knowledge they have and how they look, and then you can make your own judgments. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go into details about other people. I don't follow other people, but I am going to say this. There's a lot of people on the internet, I have noticed, because I am new to social media, very new to it, so it's been a massive learning curve, which I'm enjoying. With that said, there are a lot of people I've come across claiming to be health gurus and one thing or another, and experts. The definition of an expert the last time I looked was somebody who couldn't learn anymore. So when anybody calls themselves an expert, I'm always very wary of it. I myself call myself a scholar. I'm a scholar of health, I am. I probably always will be, because there's so much involved in nature, particularly that what you can do for your health and what you can do for your art, you will be truly, truly amazed, which I'm going to give you all that information. I don't know whether it's been done before, but yeah, it's great, and I look forward to divulging lots of information to you. And it's lovely to meet you, and spread the videos by all means. They're free, aren't they? It's free. I always maintain that your health should be free. So let's carry on with the distiller. Right, you're drinking that, so obviously one of the first things you've got to do is not drink this. Right, this is why this is the distiller. Now that brings us on to now I don't know this man, right? Obviously he's the talk of the internet at the moment, right? And like I say, there's being healthy, there's playing at being healthy, and you've got people working this really smooth website for you. Yeah, you're playing at being healthy. Well, when you've got to do stuff for real, because you've got a real life problem, going back to what I was saying, see now, Dr. McCullough says you shouldn't drink distilled water. I wonder why he says that. And did he say it? I've heard he said it, and I've heard it repeated and repeated and repeated. Perhaps he might reply to us. You never know, right? Because what I'm going to say here is true to me. It's true to me, right? There comes a point when you've got to make your own mind up, and you only do that from experimenting. You have to experiment. If you truly want to be healthy, you will experiment with it and everything everybody tells you, right? And you'll go looking for true health, right? Now the problem is, if somebody's got, right, a fancy website and people working for him or her, they can make them look like an expert when they're already just plagiarising other people's work. I couldn't and I wouldn't take what these people say for granted, because a lot of the time, right, your own results will prove the method you use. This is a distiller, right? I drink distilled water. I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to descale it, but I'm going to show you parts per million. Now this is not the latest distiller, right? Well, I've had it a few years now, right? I mean, it's been a great machine, and I'm not here to sell you a machine, right? But I'm going to say this. No parts per million. Tap water in some areas is 500 parts per million. You're trying to heal your heart, right? Everything you put into your blood goes around that system, and if you're not careful and you're running high blood pressure, and you are, because you're a heart patient, right? You are. If you're running high blood pressures, you've got stones, right? Stones banging into the side of your arteries, right? This stuff gets absolutely everywhere. It gets in your kidneys, right? Because your diet is so acidic. Your diet's so acidic. If you're on a typical Western diet, address it. Address your diet, because your diet is everything. It's even more to you now. If you're a heart patient, address your diet at once. At once. You must, else you'll go downhill fast. You truly will. Because now you've been increased, right? Your acidic load has been increased by the drugs they've given you. The very nature of a drug increases the acidic load of the body. That's a fact, right? It's a fact. So you've got to work around that fact. And if you don't, you're going to be in major trouble. Like I say, right? So you're acidic, right? Let's take it for granted you're acidic because of those drugs alone. Never mind your typical Western diet. If it's high sugar, you've got to do something about it, because you're too acidic. And acidity, right, will give you gout. Acidity will give you arthritis. It really will. Now, when I came out of hospital, I had terrible arthritis. Terrible. You can see me ride a bike now. Well, you're going to see me ride a bike at full power. You're going to see what I can do and how I train, right? And this is what I say. These people, every week I come across all this, that, and I'm thinking, yeah, right. Excuse me, I'm having a drink. I'm thinking, yeah, right. He knows what he's on about, all right. I'm not falling apart. I'm not falling apart, am I? Dr. McCullough. Right?